Hey you guys, it's Breaking Grounds Outdoors back at you. And as you can tell, I'm not in the woods, I'm not at the food plot, I'm not in the stand. I'm actually in my new house I bought about 3 weeks ago, and this is going to be my wife says trophy room, so I don't have to hang up anything in the living room. So what I wanted to do is try to drop some more content, whether it's, I have a lot of people asking questions about what's your bow setup going to be this year, all the way down to what's your arrow broadhead, weight, what kind of camera setup are you running, even camera setup when I'm scouting deer, like trail cameras, and then also my editing software. But today we're going to be talking about my bow setup, and this is last year's model, the VXR 28, and I actually upgraded from the DXT, the 2009 model. I shot it for years, and I enjoyed that bow, but I wanted to upgrade and get some new technology, and I was hesitant, but after shooting it for half a year now, I got it, and halfway through the season last year, I do not regret my decision at all. The new let off, I mean, the technology in these bows nowadays is unreal. And I'm not knocking other bows. People are like, well, are you a Team Mathews? And I just tell everybody, get what you want. When you pick up that bow and you know that's what you want, that's kind of what the mindset you need to go with. I did go ahead and kind of have the mindset I wanted this bow just because it was short axle to axle. And with me only being a smaller guy with a short draw length, I already had an idea of what kind of bows I wanted to shoot going in. I shot the Elite, I shot the Obsession, shot the PSE and the Hoyt, but I mean, when I put this bow in my hand and shot it, that's what felt right to me. So whenever you go looking for a bow, keep an open mind. Just make sure that when you put that bow in your hand, that that's the one you want. So to get started, my sight is a single pin HHA, the Tetra, and it's the scroll knob single pin. And I actually moved to a single pin right before I got rid of my DXT. I've loved it. I've shot it for 2 years now, and the single pin. And I was getting bad target panic, so I kind of went to that. But also, I'm left eye dominant shooting a right-handed bow. But since I've been shooting it so long that I've gotten where I can shoot it both eyes open now. So I went with the single pin. A lot of people are like, well, what if it runs out? What if it does this? What if it does that? With these new bows, if you're shooting 70, 80 pounds, your 20 to 30 RPM really isn't that much of a difference. Now, I get out in the yard and make sure that I shoot, like, let's say I put it on 20 and I shoot at 28 or 30 and 37, shooting different kind of distances to see if something like that happened, put yourself in that kind of scenario. But so far, I've come to enjoy it. Super accurate, easy to set up. I actually had a buddy help me set that up though. But this year I went with the Hamskea Rest. I've always shot the Ultra, the QAD, but I went with the Hamskea. Nolan Morehouse, my buddy, he actually helped me figure out which rest I should go with. And so far I found out this is really quiet and super accurate. I mean, and a lot of people, you can't really tell the difference in rest, but the QAD is not bad, but I really love the Hamskea, and I'm glad that I went with it. The stabilizer I'm shooting this year is the Flatline. It matches. I got the Sitka camo on here, the digital camo, but I love the Flatline. I got the 7-inch, and I think the 7-inch. It comes in like the 3 different ones. I got the mid-size one. But now onto my arrows. I'm shooting the tight spot, it's got a quick right here detach right on and off, and in the mornings and afternoons, I love it. It's quiet. I don't have to make all that noise popping it in. Super light too, doesn't add that much weight to the bow. But on to my arrows. I'm shooting this year, I actually went about mid-year, I changed up arrows. I went to the Black Eagle Deep Impacts and with the weighted insert. And I added probably about 100 grains to my arrows, and it has made a difference on penetration. Last year I was having trouble, if you saw me shooting the 13 point, but I was having trouble with penetration. Shot him good. The 7 point, I even shot the crook. Still was having trouble with it, so I kind of went up on arrow grain. And now that my back has healed, I broke my back, it's going on a year now. It just passed a year. I went up with poundage because at first I couldn't pull back that much. So I'm back up on poundage, so I went up with a heavier grain arrow. And I mean, these Black Eagles are super tough. I used to shoot the Maxima Reds. I've shot gold tip for years. I love gold tip. But the Maxima Reds, I shot them, and I come to find out that they're not as what I like compared to the Black Eagle and compared to durability. And you can play with the weights to make them match if you wanted to. So I'm not going to say that the weight the penetration, because my Maxima Reds don't match my Black Eagle. This year I'm shooting the QAD Exodus broadhead. I swapped up from the Rage. I've shot Rage since when I started. And the reason I did that is because the Rage, the diameter, I've killed deer with it, but I've also, I think, to me personally, that 13 point, it opened up that I caught a rib, and since I wasn't shooting that much weight on the arrow, that I didn't get good penetration on him. So I went to a fixed blade, the Exodus. My buddy Andy Gaines showed them to me, and I love them. He showed me deer where he's made the difference, videoing and killing deer with these things. And they sit tight on your arrow. And I always get worried about fixed blade not shooting true to the field point. But this one right here, I love, and I've come to enjoy shooting the Exodus. Now I do keep some Maxima Reds in here because we have hogs so bad that I always keep an arrow that if it breaks, I'm not going to be worried about losing a $30 arrow. But, so that's pretty much it for the bow setup. My release, I've had this release for probably about 4 or 5 years. It's the Scott Shark. I love it. It's the wrist release. I love it. That's why I haven't ever changed. This right here has been the release that I've killed all my deer with. And I've enjoyed it. I mean, it's been durable. So that's my bow, the VXR 28. And hopefully y'all hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and hopefully we'll have a lot more content coming to you this year. I actually got my buddy Robert Bishop joining the crew with us this year, joining the team, and I'll have to get him in with me on one of these videos soon. But so I have a lot of exciting things coming and adding on to the channel. So y'all stick with us, and we'll see you later.